Hi, I picked up this Panasonic 8-track recently and just needed to go through it to do some general maintenance items on it. But as you can see, the unit is in pretty nice shape. Came with the original box and the original instructions. Nice little schematic on the back of that. So I picked up a replacement belt and I put a new belt in it. And then while I had it open, I recapped the circuit board. So when I got it, the indicator lights were not working. The sound was rather muffled, and I had to make some repairs to the RCA jacks. There were some splices that were done to it, and I fixed those. So I'm going to open this thing up and give you a look inside. Okay, well, let's get started. You've got 3 screws that you need to remove to get the bottom plate off. 1, 2, 3. If you're just going to replace the belt, all you've got to do is remove the 2 screws on the bracket from either side of the flywheel, and then you can remove the bracket and you'll have access to the belt. Belt just wraps around the motor pulley and around the flywheel as well. But while that's off, you might want to pull a capstan and do some cleaning and lubrication there, and the motor as well. I don't know if you would have this problem, but while I had it open, and because of the muffled sound, I went in and replaced the capacitors on the circuit board. You've got a couple of, actually 3 screws to remove. 2 of them hold the insulating kind of cardboard plate. Once you get those off, there's a couple of fiber washers you got to keep track of, and then 1 additional screw that holds the circuit board in place. And let me just get that up for you. We'll turn that up so you can get a look at it and zoom in here a little bit. And quite a job trying to get all those capacitors in there. Little tight working spot, but big difference. To remove the chassis entirely, you've got 4 studs that have to be removed and 1 screw that needs to be removed. So we'll get these studs and that screw out of there. And then the chassis can just slide to the rear and then be lifted out. So it comes out rather easily. And we'll get that out here in a second. You can see that I have a foam cushion that I always put underneath my electronics to make sure that we don't scratch anything or add any more wear and tear to them. But in this case, you might want to make sure you do that in order to keep the fan blades from getting bent, because once you flip this unit over, you're going to see that the fan blades can be exposed and you could bend them pretty easily. So from the bottom side, I was able to get some contact cleaner shot into the lamp indicator. That's a rotating switch. That solved that problem. And then I just lubricated all of the mechanicals from the bottom side. One of the lamps was loose, and I was able to get that working as well. So here it is all back together again. Indicator lights are all working. The mechanism works fine. Motor and belt are fine. But the surprising thing about it, I think, is the fact that changing all those capacitors really helped improve the sound. So I didn't see any YouTube videos posted on this particular unit. So while I had it apart and went through that restoration, I thought I would just share that with you in case that would help you in your restoration. So thanks for watching. Have a good day.